I've watched so many backyard cooks go for the cheap, fold-up propane grills that look good on a budget, and then wonder why the burgers end up flat, the veggies stick, and the whole thing feels like a half-finished project after the first weekend. You start to realize the regret isn't just about the money you saved, it's the extra time spent cleaning a grill that never quite reaches the sea you imagined, and the disappointment of having to replace it after a season or two. That's why I wanted to see if the Blaze Professional LUX 3-piece 44-inch outdoor kitchen actually feels like a smarter buy, or if it's just another pricey gimmick. Link is in the description if you want to check the product details on Amazon. First off, the biggest hesitation people have with any full-size outdoor kitchen is the upfront cost versus the everyday use. Do you really need a 44-inch workhorse if you're only firing it up on holidays? The Blaze package tries to answer that by bundling three main components: a grill, a side burner, and a prep station into one cohesive unit that slides into a single frame. The idea is you get a real kitchen feel outside, rather than a single-purpose grill. For someone who already treats their patio like a second living room, that can be a huge convenience. Who should seriously consider this setup? If you're the type who hosts weekend barbecues, cooks a full meal outdoors, or likes the idea of grilling a steak, sorting a side, and plating everything on a stainless steel prep surface without stepping back into the house, the Blaze LUX hits the sweet spot. The heat zone separators inside the grill mean you can sear ribeye on one side while gently roasting vegetables on the other, all without the flavors crossing over. That's a practical advantage you don't get with a standard single-zone grill, and it eliminates the need for extra portable burners or a separate side table. On the flip side, if your cooking style is more, throw a couple of burgers on a grill and call it a night, you might find the extra square footage and the three-piece arrangement a bit overkill. The package takes up a decent portion of a typical patio, and you'll need a stable, flat surface to set it up. For apartment dwellers with a small balcony, or for someone who only grills twice a month, the space and investment might not justify the return. Now let's talk about the practical strengths that become obvious after a few uses. The most talked about feature is the 12mm hexagon-shaped stainless steel searing rods. Those are not just thick for the sake of it. The hex shape creates a series of small pockets that keep the meat's juices from running straight down the grill. In my own test, a thick-cut porterhouse maintained a beautiful crust while staying juicy inside, even after a 15-minute high-heat sear. The extra mass of the rods also means they hold temperature longer, so you don't see that sudden drop when you open the lid to flip. Another strength is the heat zone separators. Because the grill has distinct sections that you can control separately, you can set up a direct heat zone for searing and an indirect zone for slower cooking. I used this to start a chicken breast on high heat for a quick char, then moved it to the cooler side to finish without drying out. The result was a uniform pink interior, with a caramelized exterior, something that's hard to achieve on a single-zone grill without a separate smoker box. The stainless steel doors are more than just a visual cue that this is a premium product. They open wide enough to let you access the interior without having to awkwardly angle a spatula over a tiny opening. While you're checking the grill, the doors also double as storage space for tools, a small fire starter kit, or even a few spices. It's a subtle convenience that reduces the number of extra containers you need around your cooking area. One area where the Blaze LUX shows a hidden trade-off is the propane connection. The system uses a standard 20 pounds tank, which is fine for most backyard setups, but the larger burner capacity means you'll go through gas a bit faster than you would with a smaller grill. If you're planning a marathon cookout, you'll want to have an extra tank on hand, or you'll spend time swapping tanks mid-session. It's not a deal-breaker, but it's something that can catch first-time owners off guard. Another practical weakness is the weight and assembly. The three pieces come packaged together, and while the instructions are clear, you'll need at least 2 people to get the frame upright and lock everything securely. Once it's set, the unit is solid, but the initial setup can feel like a mini DIY project. If you're looking for a plug-and-play, grill that you can pop out of a storage box on a Saturday, this isn't it. The lifetime warranty that Blaze offers is a point that often gets lost in the hype of specs. In real terms, that means if you ever have a problem with